It's showtime, and we are here. Showtime, and we are here. Welcome everybody to tonight's session. Welcome everybody to tonight's session. Welcome to tonight's session. I'm trying to, as usual, why am I whispering? I'm trying to send out the links. Gilbert, welcome. Cassie, welcome. Anna, welcome. Yes, Cassie, today you're the first person. You're the first person on today. Well done. Clap for yourself. And Anna is the third person. Anna used to always be the first, but today Anna is the third. Cassie came first, followed by Gilbert, and then Anna. How are you all doing? Yeah, as I said, the first few minutes are awkward because that's when I try sharing the link. Gilbert, yes, you're the second. Hey, Fifi. As them accuse you there, you appear. Wow. No, I'm not going back to Moses. The thing is, I've been quite busy for some days now. And that's why I haven't been able to shave my hair. I'll go do that tomorrow. Yeah. Forgive me for this bushy hair. I'll go shave tomorrow. I've been wanting to do it all this while, but Charlie, I've been quite busy. So yes, forgive the young man. I'll shave. Yes, as usual, I'm sharing the link in the various WhatsApp groups. So just give me some few minutes. Let me just share it in there. Then okay. I want to make PKCC always the. Oh, okay. This is your name. Okay. Then yes, now you've proved your point. So don't forget to drop your thumbs up and stay in and learn something new. I'm good, just that e-learning keeps me busy. Yes, e-learning and then physical learning. Now I don't know which one is much more stressful, you know. Yeah, Fifi, how many times have you been here? You need to you need to you need to authenticate yourself. How many times have you? Don't forget to yes, drop your thumbs up. The e-learning and physical learning. I don't know which one is much more stressful to you students. You know, I have no idea which one is much more stressful because it's the same thing. The same thing. I'm trying to still share the link in various WhatsApp groups. So just hold on for me. This is the second time I'm seeing you. I think he said he's been using a different name. That's how come. So Cassie, I think he's been here a couple of times, but under different names. That's why we haven't seen this particular name. Okay. So we are almost there. Few more. We are almost there. Bam. Okay. Hey, it's a lie, saying. I see. Okay. So administrator says, Fifi, you are lying. Asemo. All right, guys, welcome to tonight's edition. Fifi, them catch you. So I beg. If I pacify the gods, one pack of pizza from Papa's Pizza. That's what will solve this problem, yeah. So welcome to tonight's edition. Tonight we'll be discussing who owns the picture. I decided to make it singular so that it'll be easier to discuss instead of saying pictures. Picture, yeah, that sounds okay. So who owns the picture? Let's say two photographers decide to go shoot. You get it? Now, the certain things happen. Things happen, and let's say my camera battery dies, so I decide to use the second person's camera to take the pictures. And in doing so, I shot on his memory card. So he goes home, copies the pictures, and then sends mine to me. And he keeps the rest of the pictures, even those he sends to me, he keeps them on his machine. Then later, as he went through the pictures, he realized, oh, this picture was nice. Then he just edits it and then posts it. Meanwhile, those were pictures that I took with his camera. So tonight we are asking, who owns the pictures? Is it the one whose camera was used to shoot, or the one who shot, the one who took the crack? You get it? Or is it the one who retouched it? Who owns the picture? Who owns the picture? That's the question. So let me just hold on 1 second. Let me send the invite link here. So tonight we have Joey, Catalyst, and Muse on here. But any fourth person who can join should just use the link over here to join. So if you can join, just use the video link here to join. Okay. But if your network is not good, don't join. Otherwise, it's going to be problematic. All right, so we are waiting for our panelists to join. But in the meantime, I'm trying to share this. If you can share this, please go ahead and do it on Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, anywhere you can share this link. Just go ahead and share so that more people come on board and learn something. I'm sure you have friends who are photographers who need to, take part in this so that so that we all learn. Hey, Tony Patriot, what's up, man? Yes, this is your first time here. I used to see you on I used to meet you in other live sessions, and this is your first time here. Welcome, my brother. Welcome. How has your day been, and where are you joining us from? I'm posting the link on my Twitter, so if you can also share it anywhere, just go ahead and do it, and let's get more people in here. All right, we are here now. I'm ready, waiting for the other. Oh, let me put this over here so it doesn't disturb. Yeah, I'm waiting for the other panelists to join. Let's start the discussion as we wait for them to join. Let me get in touch with Joey. Share the YouTube link. Which one is the YouTube? Oh, you want the YouTube link itself? Okay, no problem. Let me just copy it from here and then share it. Don't forget to drop your thumbs up as you come in. Okay, Cassie, this is the YouTube link. Yo, Dion, I think this is your first time, or Cassie, is it his first time or his second time here? I think this is your first time here. This is the first time I'm seeing you here. But welcome, man. Welcome. Yo, Lydia, Esenam, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to tonight's session. Okay, Dion, so this is your first time. Admin says this is your first time. Admin says this is your first time, so it's your first time. Oh, okay. Yes, yes, Dion. I remember you. You always ask for the link so you can watch later. Okay, but this is your first time live here. Welcome. The feeling here is always different from what you see, when you watch the thing later. You get it? The feeling that you're part of what's happening is always great. And this is water. It's not what you think is in the red cup. Okay. Let's kick it off. So, who owns the picture? Now, let's say myself and who here can I use? Who can I use for this example? No, 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 Lydia. It's not wine. It's not. It's just water. Yeah, it's plain water. Nothing. Hmm? When the more you talk, the more your throat dries. So, in order not to, cough, so you guys would think I have COVID-19, I need to keep water here. So once in a while, I just sip. It's not wine. It's not appeal. Hey, Bendako. Good evening. How are you doing? Lydia, you were trying to accuse me that it's wine, but it's not wine. It's just water. Maybe next time I'll add wine. The day we get monetized, I would add wine to it. Yeah. So I'll drink it for each and every one of you here. Right. So as you come in, don't forget to drop your thumbs up. So let's look at this. Dion and myself, we go out shooting. Let's say we have a collabo with a model, right? So we go to Titanic Beach, do a nice shoot. Then somewhere along the line, or we decide, okay, we went with only one camera. You get it? One camera. That's Dion's camera, the model, and myself. So we start shooting, and let's say for the first attire, Dion was the one who shot with his camera. So the model changes to a second dress, and I then take Dion's camera, and then I shoot. Ajin Latte, welcome, welcome. So if you want to join the video chat, just use the StreamYard link that I've posted to join. Where is Seun? Seun, it's not Alomo. I'm not like you, Seun. You have been taking Alomo, but this one is not Alomo. It's not Alomo, please. I'm not like you. Yeah, so Seun, you can join the live video. I've sent the link. So anyone who wants to join and contribute, Lydia, if you can, just use the link to join, okay? So that I won't be the only one talking here. So yes, Dion and I go out shooting, and the first attire he shoots with his camera. The second attire, I take his camera with his memory card, everything. Then I also shoot. Now the shoot ends, so we both use the. Do you drink iced tea in Ghana or no? Tony, there is iced tea, but I'm not one of the people who drinks iced tea, but there is iced tea in the various shops. I've seen a couple of them. I think I've tasted one, but I'm not a fan of iced tea. Iced Milo and all that. Yeah. So yes, we shoot. Then after, because we used Dion's camera and his SD card. Now he copies everything onto his machine. Then I tell him, oh, send the shots that I took to me. You see, and then now he realizes that what the shots I took came out better than what he took. Then he says, well, since it was his camera that we used to take the pictures, all the pictures belong to him. That's the scenario we are looking at today. Hey, Charlie, you guys are showing levels. So is it raspberry? Yeah, raspberry iced tea. Wow. The shop's tea is not as good as homemade. Oh, okay. So you have homemade iced tea, and then the ones that they sell in the shops. I think over here I've seen just the ones that they sell in the shops. See, so in a situation like this, who is right? Who is not right? Who should have access to the images? Who does the images belong to? Is it the one whose camera was used to shoot a orange? There is Bequeen, so this is Bequeen. If the Bekoe is Bequeen, then PE, this one too is Bequeen. Okay, so my brother, what are you drinking?
What is it?
Are you drinking iced tea?
No, I don't drink tea. I drink coffee.
I thought you drink coffee. What's it? Coffee, tea?
Coffee and two spoonful of apple cider vinegar and lime. That's what I drink.
Oh wow! What does that do to you?
Don't worry, we'll talk about that. This is not It's not about photography, but it helps. It helps for body balance, as in
but we are
balancing.
Photographers.
It helps to balance your body mass index.
Oh, okay, all right, cool. No, as you said, we'll talk about the health aspect of photography in a later date. But Tony says, well, I live in Florida, so it's hot all year round here. Iced tea is so refreshing. Oh, okay. Then I think we need more iced tea in Ghana because it's hot here all year round.
Yeah, iced tea is everywhere.
Okay, so Kofi says this issue is going to be confusing. Yes, it's very, very confusing. Now, Sam, did you get a scenario I put out there?
Okay, yeah, I got the scenario, but let's use it. What about you're a second shooter at an event? Who owns the camera? Who owns it?
That's also there.
Okay, so I would say
that's also there.
I would say something. It's not about ethics.
Okay.
It is just about common sense. Who is the main shooter? We should have an agreement. If I'm in an event with you and I had to second shoot with you, even if I'm shooting with my camera, you own the images. To me, that's my understanding. You own the images. You can determine what happens to the images, rather. I'm just applying common sense to it now. If we go out to shoot together, let's say we went with your camera and we had loads of shots, the image belongs to both of us. It belongs to both of us. We could do anything with it together. But if it happened to be between me and you are insisting you are the owner of the image, I will let you have it. I am just talking about myself. I don't know about someone else. Do you understand?
Yes, we are here tonight to share all these things so we know people's view on these things.
It is not about there is no big issue about this. It is ethics, if I may say, and we shouldn't. I don't understand why some creatives tries to be. I'm not calling it personalizing. I'm saying selfish. Why most creatives want to be selfish about a particular thing they are doing. If you Am I making sense? Huh? Michael, am I making sense?
Yes,
Hello?
yes, you are.
Yeah.
Just that I think I don't know if the others are also get, but it looks like your line breaks a bit.
Oh, no.
I don't
Can you
know
hear me
if
better?
it's just my side or yeah, I think it's better now.
Yeah, okay. I think it was how I positioned the. Can you hear me better now?
Yes, I think it's better now. But let me let
Okay.
me let me hear from the others also. Please, if you can't hear any of us, well, just state it in the chat so that we can rectify it. So please go on, Sil.
So let me adjust this well. So
Mm.
so I'm saying if there is no standard about it. There is no basic standard about it. It's just we went for a shoot together. I'll call it a collaboration shoot. However, remember the day we were talking about collabo, we talked about making an
Yeah.
arrangement. Though that day we were talking about an advanced shooter and a beginner. But this time around, two photographers, one camera, the
Mm-hmm.
images belongs to both of you. You share the image. You share the images. Probably the one you shot, you keep that. The one I shot, I'll keep that. I will send it. But if you now want to be selfish about it, I'll leave it for you. That's how I see it.
That's right. Okay, so there is one photographer here, Mr. Shots. I had a collabo with him with two other models. I think we had a that shoot was beamed live here for you guys to watch.
Okay.
And we used one camera, which was my camera,
Yeah.
my SD card, like everything like that. Good. So when even in the beginning when we planned this whole thing, we had not even talked about how we were going to distribute the images. But
Okay.
I did a first shoot, so somewhere along the line, we how do I even put it? Like it just came naturally, after
Okay.
I did my session. He took over the
Sure.
camera, did his, and then when we got done, everything was so smooth. Like I transferred everything to my laptop. Then we were able to recognize, okay, I shot these ones, I starred
Okay.
them. Okay, you shot these ones, we starred them, and I copied his for him. I copied
Yeah.
mine, and life is good. So I'm asking, why can't other photographers do the same thing like this?
That's personality. That's person. Hold on 1 minute. Zero.
All right.
Reduce the volume. Sorry,
Okay.
my daughter
Dion
is
says
very close.
they can hear
Yeah.
both of us very well.
Okay. Um, I would say basically that it is about personality. It is about personality. It is you see, I'm short of words about it because I don't understand. I myself, I'm just trying to crack my brain. Why will I shoot with you and you want some of even the ones I've shot? If you want them, I'll give it to you. I will send them to you because it's a collaboration. We um, we um, we contributed to it, so it belongs to both of us. But let's put it in the other way around. In the events where you are the main shooter in the event, you invited me to shoot. Even if I even if I am a good storyteller, the images still belongs to you. I will copy all the
Mm.
raw file and send it to you. I will not post it until you give me permission to do so. Are you getting that?
Yes, yes, I'm surely getting
So
it.
I would not I will not do what you don't want because you are the main shooter of the event and I'm just only assisting you. So the images does even though I use my own gear, the images does not belongs to me, it belongs to you.
Yes. So now we have that aspect also. The part where you second shoot, or the part where I pay you to go shoot on my behalf. You know, there is this scenario where, let's say, Seun and I, we go shoot a wedding, and whilst we are at the wedding, you know, I had you Seun to second shoot for me. So you meet about three different personalities that, let's say, you know them in your private life, and they are like, oh,
So,
take some pictures of me, and
yeah.
then you take, some pictures of them. Take about 5 minutes off the job to take some portraits of them, personal photo
Okay.
shoot over there. You get now
Yeah.
when it's let's say the job is done. Now
Yeah.
you at that moment they
Yeah.
were wedding guests, so I
Sure.
expect that their pictures will be part of the pictures you're going to. In fact, every picture you take at that wedding
Every
should
picture
come back
belongs
to
to
the main
you.
shooter.
It belongs to the main
Good.
shooter.
So
Yes.
now there is this gimmick thing where people, take personal, like they see this person is very well dressed. They take
Yeah.
pictures of the person and then decide to hold on to those pictures as their personal pictures so they can retouch them and put on their page as wedding guests. You see, that happens a lot. A lot of people have gone through that, and people have been complaining
Okay.
severely. I've had people complain to me bitterly about certain, like, I was hired to shoot this event. I
Yeah.
asked this person to come and help me shoot it. The next moment, he is posting pictures of people who were at the event, that even those pictures, he did not even add them to the pictures he submitted to me. You get it?
That's
And
wrong.
they
That's
complain
wrong.
bitterly.
That's wrong.
And on top of that, they even add their personal watermark to the image as if they were hired. Now, the one who hired the main photographer to shoot this event sees those pictures and it's like, yo, how come I haven't seen these pictures as part of the pictures you sent to me? You, as the main photographer, haven't sent me these pictures. How come this person, I don't even know him? I did not hire him to shoot, but he's posted pictures for my event, which I don't even have access to.
Okay.
Situations like that, lots of people have complained, and I'm like, it's because you did not have any communication with whoever the second. Me, if I shoot alongside somebody, those pictures belong, unless we have an agreement that, oh, what we are both there to shoot, so whatever pictures you get, they are yours. Whatever pictures I get, they are mine.
Okay.
You get? But if you say, come help me shoot this event, I'm going to shoot this model, I don't know much about posing, so come and help me. So once I told you we are there and I'm showing you, okay, do this, do that, and you're like, oh, please, where it's gotten to, I need you behind the camera. So just take the camera and then take some clicks for me. Now we
Okay.
finish the shoot and I go like, okay, because I clicked the shutter for these pictures, send them to me so that I will retouch them and post them as my pictures. You see, these are real things. These are things that happen. The guys here can tell that these are things that happen. Catalyst, welcome.
What's up, Catalyst? How are you?
Oh, I'm fine,
Catalyst is so
bosses.
quiet listening.
How
I
is
don't know if it's
everything?
his network or. Hey,
No,
Catalyst,
no, no.
you're frozen. Oh.
He's not frozen.
How am I frozen?
Hello?
I don't know if it's from my end, but
I'm
I
still
see
trying
Catalyst
to.
is frozen.
No, he's not frozen.
Okay, give
I
me a
can see
second.
him. Okay, he's okay. Okay, like just like what
Let
you
me
said.
switch. I'm trying to switch to the laptop again just to see if it will work.
Okay,
So
all
I'll
right,
be
all right.
back.
So Catalyst, we are waiting for you to switch, yeah?
You see, I would, I would still stand on that point. However, if it were to be myself and you, I would like, oh, I'll send you all the images. Why am I keep saying image? I'll send you all the images, and I will even let you know. Oh, you see these ones? I'd like to have them. I would like to. I would let you know. It's courtesy. I will let you know. I know this person personally. I want to retouch it and send it to them. It will be, oh, though you have the image, but I'll have a copy and I'm like, you know what, this image and this image, I want to keep them. I know these guys personally. I just want to retouch and send it to them. Simple. To me, just a courtesy of and respecting the actual person that owns the event or who owns the actual job. I have a job. Okay, you're working for my studio, and I sent you on an errand. It's just like you're working in a company. The company asks you to go do something on behalf of the company. Huh? Okay. The company asks you to go and do something on behalf of the company. You got there because you know the chairman of that company. That still does not mean you shouldn't be loyal to the company that sent you to the other company.
Mm-hmm.
Do what they ask you to do. When you go back, give your other company a feedback, and even let them know, oh, you know what, I have a personal relationship with with the other person. Um, can we give him an incentive or thereabout? And it will be, oh yes, we can do it. Or it's not part of our, or it's not ethical. It's not part of our um, rules and regulations. And the other person should stick by it. Okay. If the main shooter will say, no, 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 don't do that. I don't want that. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's between two photographers. It's an agreement. To me, it's an agreement. But if you're an associate of a studio, an associate of Ghananie studio, and you're being sent on an errand to do something, everything you've done there, you are a representative of Ghananie photography or Ghananie studios. Anything you do there, you're not affecting your person, but you're affecting Ghanania, and you're trying to spoil his brand. That is how I see it. Just like let me use a
Okay.
funny one. Just like the shoot I told you about, and the guy came, the guy slapped the lady at the back, and we invited him to the toilet and beat him up. If it were to be another person's job, I won't do that. You
Exactly.
understand? I won't. But for the fact that he had to be violent with the model, and I happened to know he was violent with the model, I'm like, okay, let me teach you a lesson. So, but if it were to be a Ghanaian studio that sent me to cover an event like that or a shoot like that, what I would do is I will give you a feedback. I'm like, you know what, I'm not pleased with what this the boyfriend of the model did. I'm not okay. I'm upset. I'm distraught. Could you do something about it? You understand? You understand? That's
I
how
get
I
it.
view it. That's how I view it. Um, um, I once worked with a photographer who is from Ghana. We did an event in Edmonton. I was the main shooter. He just buzzed me up. He said, "Oh, he observe I do photography. He just wants to join me." I said, "I'll come. You learn one or two things, blah blah blah." So I told him, I gave him my SD card. I said, "Shoot all the images. I'll send them to you. I'll send them back to you." So we did a shoot. We covered the event. After covering the event, what this guy did was, while we were shooting, he came with his guys also. So they were doing this Nigerian mentality thing. He will shoot, he will save them in RAW and JPEG, and he will send his JPEG to through Bluetooth to the printer, and they start printing and they start selling. And the person that booked the event were like, Sheung doesn't do this. Why? So they called my attention to it. So I told them to stop. And I went to him. He now started trying to chale. I said, I don't. I'm on live. I started using the F word. I was so. I was like, I'm not saying you should not shoot, but don't rip my guest off. Don't rip my clients off. In the contract, I have told them I'm not doing this rubbish. I'm not doing this shoot and print and sell. No, I've been paid to cover the event. Simple. That's what I do. So I was so upset with him. I made sure we blacklisted him, so he cannot work as a photographer. within
Wow.
Middlesex. He can't work as a photographer. And if he goes any other, because photographers we easily connect to each other. Oh, do you know this person is from your area? We're like, don't use him. Don't use him. He will do this and this to you. He has given himself a bad name. You, so I don't know what Catalyst will say, but I think it is a collaboration from the beginning. Let the person know, ah, Catalyst, we're going to shoot. When we get there, all the image belongs to me. If you need anyone, let me know. I'll send them to you. However, you're
Mm.
representing my studio. You're representing Zabi Studio. You're representing Catalyst Studio. You're representing Ghananie Studio. Even though you have a brand of yours, but that job, I own
Yeah.
that job. So you're representing me. You're an associate of my studio. So please um, compose yourself. Stick to the rules. And if you want any image you want to work on, I will surely allow you to use it. I will surely allow you to use it. And like, I don't know if you
Yeah.
observe, like me, um, any picture, any image I did not take myself and I edited. I don't even put my watermark. In fact, I did not even create a watermark. But if you go to the software, if you go to the metadata, if you go to the metadata of my own if you go to the metadata, I will write the name of the shooter and I will write it there that I edited it. You understand? Most of us we put
Right.
watermark,
Right.
watermark. We put watermark, watermark. There's a way you take watermark off a picture. There's a way, but if you have a metadata on it and you go and you have the image had to come into become a controversy. When we get to court of law, it's just metadata that's going to show that this is the rightful owner of the image. You understand? You understand that?
Yeah.
So when you work, just input the information so that anywhere that image or images goes through all over the world, everybody will know. Oh, this image belongs to Ghana. As soon as they put it into the system, they will tell you, oh, it's been copied. There's a copyright on it. Simple.
I'm
There's some
trying to get
competition you
Joey on here because he has been shooting mostly for other photographers, weddings and all that. But so he has more experience on that. So I'm still
experience.
trying to get him here. But then, Seun, please continue.
I once had a tutorial with Jide Alakija, and he was saying an associate, if you're working for him in an event, you're an associate of Jide Alakija's, you're working with Jide Odukoya in Nigeria, you're an associate of his studio. You don't own the right to the images. He owns the right to the images, even though you shot it. But
Mm.
at that moment, you are there on behalf of his studio. So everything you do reflects on him. So the image belongs to him. And I don't know why, I don't understand. What do you want to do with the image? Give the
Okay,
image to the
somebody is
person,
asking, can't metadata be erased?
metadata be erased.
Yes.
Okay, when you embedded it from your camera, you save it right from raw. As in, do you know how to do it right from camera? It's there.
Mm-hmm.
It's there. It can't be
But
taken
then there
off.
are metadata editors.
Yeah, there are metadata editors. Yeah, I get it. But uh, okay, I have a mate who is very technical about it. It's a security. It's a security.
Because I know just like with audio files or video files, there are
Yeah.
editors that you can use to, change the metadata.
But there are some formats you use with it. I've forgotten how it's. I have a technical friend who, when When he send the lowdown to me, I will forward it to you for you to see. You save it from your camera,
Okay.
from your raw processor, like Capture One. You can just double check it.
Mm.
But there will be some things you'll be able to change. There will be something you can't change. You can't change them. You understand? There will be some
Okay,
things you
so
can't change them.
yes, yes. So Joey just alerted me that his network is that bad, so he won't be able to join us now. Maybe later. Catalyst, are you back?
Yes, I'm back. Let me just show you something I'm experiencing right now. You see?
Okay, so
Uh,
I I think I'm having a bad network here. So you guys, I'll need to restart my router and come back. So the two of you should run the show whilst I just restart my router and come back. Yeah.
Oh
okay.
my goodness.
Um,
All right. So
Catalyst,
Catalyst and Seun, just
Catalyst, go
keep
on.
it going. Let me.
I've been talking. I've been
So,
talking.
yeah, I've been listening to excessive story about video sex and all of that. Photographers trying to rip people off and all of that.
Sure. Yeah.
Sometimes you're always looking at the legal side of it, always looking at okay, so who owns the right based on the law, and but I think it's more of ethics. I'll be very honest. It's more of ethics,
Sure.
behavior,
Okay.
professionalism. Because if I should find myself in the UK because
Yeah.
I'm there to do work with you, Sean,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then you say that okay, you have work that you want us to do together. It's unfair for me to say that I went to do a shoot with Sean, and then I've taken some of the images and then I've put my logo on them to post on social media. It's really unfair because at the end
Sure.
of the day, any legal implications that comes with that contract falls on you.
Definitely.
And to me, it's even a bad brand for those people who do it. There's no way I would want to even work with them ever
Sure.
because it's bad. I when I was in Ghana, I used to shoot a lot of events, and the people I used to work with, those were people that I make sure they don't do that. My
Okay.
assistant when I was in Ghana was a Nigerian. It's very interesting. Some people have this bad notion about Nigerians, but the one person that I worked with him for about 4 years. Can
Okay.
you imagine this guy never, he didn't even have a brand name for himself.
Okay.
Because when we do everything, he makes sure that we are doing it in the name of our photography business.
Sure.
And
Sure.
because of that, it's giving him a certain upper hand. When he went back to Nigeria, I told him that look, Ugo, still shoot under my brand. So he's shooting under my brand in Nigeria, and I don't care about it because there's someone that I can trust at the end of the day. It's more of professionalism. I have seen this happen. What Ghananie is saying is not news for me at all. I have seen people shoot events and then they'll pick their logo, put it on some pictures they think it's like prim and proper. Then they would go post it as if it's theirs. But you don't even know the contract between the person and then the client. Why would you even do that? For instance, my weddings, most of my weddings, there are no weddings I'm supposed to post on social media. So I can't post. I've shot a lot of weddings, but most of them I can't post on social media. That's the kind of clients I used to have. So imagine I can't pick you up and then the next thing you are posting pictures on there. There was one time, there was one time we went to shoot a wedding and then I took a certain video guy along. The client said, do not post on social media. We finished the wedding. I didn't post because I don't like posting wedding pictures. Ghananie knows that. I hate it. So I didn't
Mhm.
post at all. The next moment, we saw the trailer from the wedding, the video trailer on social media.
Wow.
And then the client just
Very,
called.
very unprofessional.
I told you I don't want anything on social media, blah, blah, blah. I said, you know me. I went to school with you. I don't do these things. He said, so why is the video on social media? Now I called this video guy. He said, oh, but it's just a trailer. What? He said, no, 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 no. We went for a meeting. We agreed. Don't put anything on social media. At the end of the day, I couldn't even get my balance back. I lost my money because the client got mad, didn't pay the rest of the balance and all of that. Simply because you are so enthusiastic, you went to put the trailer on your WhatsApp status, and someone screen grabbed it and then sent it to the client saying that, hey, is this your wedding? And you didn't even invite me. The
Look
whole
at
thing
that.
was a whole mess. It was a whole mess. My relationship with the client, everything, relationship right from school days, everything got ruined simply because someone cannot keep their word. So for me, if I don't really trust you, I won't give you. Forget about SD card and all those things. People are dumb as hell. People are dumb. They'll pick that same SD, they'll send via Bluetooth and all those things. They'll try to maneuver their way around all these things. And I sometimes we sit back. I'm sure when Shane had that experience, he couldn't understand. Like, I'm paying you, I'm paying you, come and shoot and go. What do you mean by
Simple.
photo, shooting and printing and giving it to people at the same event? Like, you don't understand these things. Sometimes I think it's the devil. They try to
So,
outmaneuver
sorry,
the devil.
Catalyst. No, no. Sorry, you said something now. Okay. Let me. I didn't pay him for the job. He wanted to learn how to shoot an event, and I said, "Come along."
But Shehun, that's a form of payment. You developing his skill.
Yes,
Okay.
you are teaching him for,
Exactly. He wouldn't
So I
have
said,
access to that kind of event if he was trying to get it on his own.
"Sure."
I have been
Mhm.
to events. See, I've been to weddings and events. But when I shot with my best friend, Apal, I never took money for it. Never. Because I can't pay for that kind of experience. The places he took me to, the people I met, I can't pay for it. But then it doesn't mean I have to take their picture and post it on social media like it's mine. When we go to shoot events, he gives SD card to everybody else, but he doesn't give me an SD card. And that's because of the trust, the ethics
Because
that
he trusts you.
I've shown him enough. So he can even say, oh, Catalyst, bring your SD cards. Mine is not enough. Then I'll give it to other people because once we take everything, I'm backing it up straight on his laptop. And then I'm formatting my card. Because I don't even want to be tempted. If you don't build that trust, you never go far. It's not about copyright. I don't care about copyright, all those things. So far as the person doesn't even have ethics, the person has no moral standard to even take you to court. They are not well educated because being into business is about secrecy. That's one thing people don't understand. It's about confidentiality. The people that get paid the most are the people who are very confidential. That's why those are the people who get the commercial gigs. Because you are doing this with wedding or event or birthday. What shows I can trust you with an Adidas shoot? Adidas says I'm launching a product next year. So please, we are doing the shoot now, but I'm launching it next year. Then the next thing we know, you are posting BTS. They
Bad,
can't trust
bad,
you.
bad.
They can't trust you. These are things that we learn in order to improve our own business. You don't do that on any single day. I keep saying it. Makeup artist, you go on a shoot. This person says, I'm creating a portfolio. Please, no one should post on social media. And then you see the makeup artist. We are here today in Ghananie studio. we are doing what do we call it? What do you call it? No, like these are very simple things. They are simple things, and the earlier we learn them, the better for us. Me, I don't know how to. These days, I think I'm too emotional on this YouTube. I have to calm down a little bit. But some of these things, they don't even need to be taught in the classroom. How would you feel
Never.
if you are in bed with your lady and it doesn't go well? She's not satisfied. And then before you wake up from that bed in the morning, it's on Facebook. My boyfriend is not good in bed at all. Or you, how would you feel when you wake up and then you see on her best friend's status saying that my best friend's boyfriend is terrible. I heard last night he did a terrible job. Your name has not been mentioned though, but you just
But you
imagine.
know.
Exactly, that's how it feels when you pick someone's picture without their knowledge, go post it and say it's yours. That's how it feels like. Because maybe the person has a plan. Maybe you are in June, I'll post it in September. Then you've already posted it in June, saying that, and the annoying part is
Is she
those
coming to break
post,
the door again?
I'm telling you, the annoying part is those people will post and they'll tag you. This is a shoot with Ghananie photography. Then
You
tag
see?
model, tag makeup artist, tag everybody. Then you say, please share, like, or comment. It hurts. See, Gandhi, it hurts so much. It does. And this is the reason why people don't get money. Because one, I know a friend in UK, in London. He has about 29K followers on Instagram. In his contract, you can choose the option for him to post on his page for an extra income. You will pay for him to post. He used to charge like £25 about 2 years ago. So imagine if you are post hungry, you are losing £25 per post, but you think, oh, it's fun. You are giving someone free marketing. This is a shoot I did for this makeup artist. The makeup artist paid you 300 Ghana cedis for crying out loud. You just use your data. You use your phone that you charge just to post that. You just give the person free service. Afterwards, you come and sit on Ghanania's page and then you start crying. Charlie, my business is not going well. Oh. My clients are not calling anymore because they can't trust you. You don't have confidentiality. So for me, that's what I'll say. I don't care who owns the picture. If you are called to do a job, just do the job and go. Leave everything for whoever called you to do the job. If the person says you can post the pictures, wait. Let the person post first, then you post afterwards. That's a sign of respect. The fact that the person says you can post the pictures doesn't mean you get up and then you want to post first before the person. No. When you get to a dining table, when you're invited to someone's house and you get to the dining table and the food is served, you first wait for the table head to pick their portion. Before you pick your portion, you don't go sit at the dining table and whilst they are praying, you are eating. No, you don't do that. All these things, we learn it from the house and then we apply it to our business. That's why Africans are able to strive, they're able to succeed outside there because we are home trained very well. If you don't apply that, then you didn't have home training. You're a stubborn child at the back. You need to do these things.
The stubborn boys.
Yeah. How do you go to someone's dining table and you eat first?
I
Unless the
mean,
person tells you, please eat, then you eat.
and even that you want to take the best chicken. You want to take the fattest
Like,
meat.
that's the greed. Imagine you come to my house and then you go straight to the fridge and you open the fridge and then you take my four cousins. My four cousins' favorite wine.
The sweetest wine you have.
I will smile with you, but when you leave my house, that's the end. I'll tell my wife, don't let this guy come to this house again. We might be laughing and be joking about all these things, but they are serious things. They are very serious things. And it's so sad that you see your own fellow, you see this guy, oh, I want to learn, I want to learn. And then you take them to a job and then they are messing you up like this. It's so sad. But by the way, why do I look so dark in the video?
You don't look dark. You look black because you are black. Seun looks fair, and I look chocolate.
But today I'm outside. I'm
Yeah.
outside.
So you see these things.
Who told you I
Okay, you're
look
outside. I'm sure that's why. You see, these things happen a lot. I have friends. I wish I could bring them on here. To come and talk about these things, especially events. Kim Promise is having
Yeah,
a show. His manager says, Catalyst, come and shoot for me. Catalyst knows that this is an event. I cannot cover, I can't hold 3 cameras and be firing from all angles. So Seun,
sure.
come with Michael, come and help me. Now we go, and whilst we are shooting, I take out my phone and taking videos and all that and posting them on my status. That
Sure.
alone is unprofessional. Very,
Oh,
very unprofessional. Secondly, because these days most of the cameras have Wi-Fi,
yeah.
you see, you take the picture, you look at it, this is very nice, then you send it to your phone and delete it from the SD card. And then, it continues like that. And the next morning, Kim Promise manager sees, a picture of Kim Promise, doing the best. But it wasn't part of the pictures you sent there. Meanwhile, you were the only person they contracted to take pictures there. Now the guy feels betrayed. How are you even going to explain to him that it was your somebody you thought you could trust who did that to you? It happens most of the time. I'm doing a shoot, and just like in Seun's case, one of the younglings calls, "Oh, Ghananie, next time you're going on a shoot, call me so I come and learn." I said, "Fine, come. I'm shooting at the beach. Come and learn." You're coming, first of all, you bring a camera. You never asked me, can I bring a camera along to
Camera.
shoot or something? Nothing. You come
Sure.
fully prepared, and I'm showing you what I'm doing. And then you just take out your camera and then cricket. When I do cricket, you do cricket, 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 cricket. When I do cricket, you do cricket, cricket. Like, you end up shooting everything I'm shooting. And the next moment, you've posted it on your social media. And then this happens to be a campaign I'm shooting for this client. She wants to use it for her collection, new arrivals that she wants to do, a promo on Instagram for in 3 months. And you have posted that picture the next day. The client hasn't even seen the soft copies from my end to even do her selection. And the pictures are already on your page. You've even tagged the client. I did not introduce the client to you that day, but you've tagged the client. That alone is a sign of bad faith. I was shooting the client, and now you're posting a picture of her and tagging her. First of all, you're trying to tell the client that you can do a better job than me, so the client should hire you next time. That's
That's
it.
the
That's what
message.
you're saying. Yes, exactly. You get it. I'm shooting a model in my studio. You don't know whether it is a paying gig or it's a collabo or I'm just, doing time for print. You come and already you have already created friendship with the model, taking her details, everything without me even knowing. And then you already plan a shoot with the model behind me, no problem. But whilst I, was doing something, you just take out your camera, crack, 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 take pictures of the model right on my set, same costume, everything. The next moment, you have posted those pictures. I haven't even, posted anything. I was not even aware you were taking pictures of that set. These things happen all the time. All the time.
They use Lagos style for you.
See?
Sharp
Wait,
one.
what did you say?
I said they used Lagos style for you. They just cheated you
You
easily.
bab. Exactly. You get
They
it. So
just
you
cheated
are
you
sitting
easily.
there thinking you have exclusive rights to an
True.
image. And Charlie, it's there, out there. By the time you post yours, yours is even sankwas. You get it. And then there is one other scenario. I know Catalyst is shooting a wedding, in this neighborhood. Then
Yeah.
that weekend, that Saturday, I take my camera and my lens. And because that day, I'm just free. As Catalyst is, doing his job, busily getting his shots, I also go and be calling the well-dressed attendees. Then I'll be taking pictures. So the next morning, I've posted them on social media and all that. And I've even tagged them and the bride and the groom and all that. All these things are wrong. If you haven't been invited by the main photog, don't even attempt going there. Number one. If you've been invited to come observe, observe. Why are you in a rush to even post?
Michael.
Yeah.
Michael. What about you're in an event, you're shooting, and I'm a guest,
Mm-hmm.
and I went with my camera, and I'm started shooting. I'm a guest, and I started shooting, and oh yeah, I'm a guest. I'm taking pictures. No, respect the photographers. I've covered a birthday where a more established photographer came there with his camera, started started taking pictures, and the the person that booked me had to go and meet him. You are a guest. You are not a camera. You are not a photographer. Put your camera down. I did not say anything, but my body language spoke because if he's if he's at west, I'll go to north. If he's at south, I'll go to east. So so any shot it takes, I'm always inside. And he was pissed off. And he never knew I would. Any shot it takes, you will see me at the background. You will see me in there. They're like, oh, can you move away from my shot? Then the person that booked me said, no, 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 no. We booked him. We didn't book you. You are a guest. You are a friend to my husband. You were so expensive that you did not even consider us, and we're booking him. So he's covering. Put your camera down. So he was basically he was called for the job. He made it expensive for them, too expensive that they could not afford it. I reached a bargain with them. I gave them my package. They bought one of the packages, and I was covering the event. And he came with his car. In fact, he did not. He came with an assistant, and he's a guest.
Wow.
So let me
A
tell you
guest
this
coming with
story.
an assistant.
Let me tell you this story.
Uh-huh.
So there was once I went to a colleague's wedding, a colleague from work. And then when I was going, like I have a set of friends in the office as well. They were like, "Oh, bring your camera along." So I took my camera along, and then they were like, "I should take pictures of them while they were there." So I did that. Of course, we are all friends. I took pictures of them, and then their office was like, "Okay, take pictures of the wedding, all right, just for taking sake." I didn't mind because I knew the photographer who was on the set. So I spoke to the
Mm.
photographer. He was like, okay. And then I took the pictures. All right. I go home. The next day, the couple sent me a message. Oh, we saw you taking some pictures of our wedding. Can you send it to? The first question I asked was, has your photographer sent you some pictures? They're like, no. And I'm like,
Perfect.
until your photographer has sent you her pictures, and then you've posted them on social media, I can't send you my pictures. Fine. I knew
Simple.
I I was a more experienced photographer than the photographer on set. And I know the implications of sending you my pictures first, and then you using it as a comparison to downgrade the job that the other photographer did by saying, "Oh, I didn't even pay Catalyst for this job, but look at the pictures he has given me." Now, unfortunately for
Mm-hmm.
them, the photographer really didn't do a good job. So they didn't receive their pictures. I reached
Wow.
out to this photographer and asked, "Boss, what happened? Because I saw you taking the pictures." And then she was like, "Oh, the pictures are missing." She doesn't know how to tell the client. And I was like, "No, you're
Wow.
supposed to tell them because it's been almost a year. Almost a year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain it to them with you present there, and then I'm going to give my pictures to them as a compensation for you, because at the end of the day, if I give them my pictures and I move on, it's going to be a bad image for you. But just to say that you came to me and you explained to me, and we've tried as much as possible to recover the pictures, but we couldn't recover. So I went into my archive to get you my pictures so that you give to them. And that's what we did. And thanks be to God, this couple were friendly enough. They accepted because the pictures were good. And since then, they've been doing jobs ever since. She's been shooting naming ceremonies for them. And trust you me, her work has changed. Her behavior has changed since then.
Exactly.
Because I could have broken her career, but I in turn made it for them. This will not happen to everyone. I won't lie to you. I don't even expect someone to do that for me. But then, first things first, if you're a professional, that's what I was saying the last time. Do your job diligently. Do it well. If you see a photographer there, there's no shyness in going there to say, "Boss, please, this is my event. I would like it if I shoot it alone. However, if you still want to shoot it, I want you to make that promise, that commitment that you are not going to post it on social media, you are not going to send it to my client. If you can do that, that's fine. If you cannot do that, please stop shooting." And for me, I like paper stuff. I'll pick my phone and we'll draft something. I'll send you a WhatsApp message there and there, and then I'll do a screenshot and put it in my archive so that I'll let you know that this thing you are doing, you might think it's for fun, but when you screw me over, I'll screw you over to big time. But it's true, Ghananie, you can't trust anyone. You can't.
It's true.
You'll be a crazy businessman. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me. My headphone just went off.
Yeah.
Sorry. You
Why it died or what?
Yeah. Um Someone
Oh,
was
okay.
using it to listen to Baby Shark. So
Hey, Rade.
when you grow up, nothing is yours anymore. Nothing is yours. I'm telling you.
Okay. Anyway, we can. Okay, so that means you can't hear us or what?
No, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, then perfect. Because we can
Okay.
hear you very well.
All right. So that's
So Yusuf says you've made him emotional.
Oh no, I haven't. The truth is, you don't let people's bad experience make you a bad person. That's what I've learned.
Mm.
You don't make people's bad experience make you a bad person. Imagine what Sheung went through, and then somebody else calls Sheung. Sheung, please, I want to learn from you. Sheung, you say, get away, nonsense, and move on. But then you don't make
That's
it.
true.
Yeah, you just take precautions for the next person. Because if one of your balls is stepped on, I hope this is an adult channel. If one of your balls is stepped on, and then you say, "Oh, that was the fault of the ball. So let me put the other ball out for somebody. Maybe they won't step on it." you end up with crashed nuts. So I'm just saying, people are saying I'm an
Okay,
emotional.
so
Oh, what is this?
yeah,
No,
they said you are
you're
emotional.
you're
Telly says you are
you're
emotional.
I'm not emotional.
no, it's not.
I
It's
think
not. It's
it's
not.
more
It's just being
discipline. Yes,
practical.
when
It's
we
just being
see people
pragmatic.
who are intentionally being undisciplined, it hurts because most of these people know the right thing to do.
Okay. Sorry. Um, what about in in African churches, we take pictures for churches, and okay, I remember when I used to attend a church. Um, the guy went, did training, did everything. I was self learning. He went for a training. He went to, he went in big for it. He went for trainings, went for workshops. So he joined us in the church, and we that were taking pictures before him became his enemy. When we take pictures, he's good because he wants to charge the church. We are just taking picture and we give it back to church. He wants to charge the church, so you now become you will now become a tussle between you and indirectly you just have these unspoken spiritual enemies, as in the church. They are physical, and you're like, oh, oh, don't worry, we've gotten it, we paid somebody for the job, you don't need to. I'm like, so why did I waste my time to come? Do you understand? I had other things to do.
Yeah.
Why did I waste my time to come? Since you've paid someone else to cover the event. Okay, no, we just wanted you to come as a standby. Do you understand? As a standby. So what I did was the day they needed me most, I said I
You
don't
also
want the
ghosted.
money. I don't want the money. Yeah, they said I should. I said I don't want the money, and I'm not coming to shoot. It's a church. I said it even to the senior pastor. That was what I said. I I don't want the money, and I'm not going to attend. But it's a program for men. I'm not interested. Even if it's a program for mixed race, I'm not going to be there. I'm not doing it. Because to me, we photographers or we creators, we kill each other's business. What about if a videographer and a photographer? Your jobs are not the same. And you see the
Mhm.
videographer always in the shot of the photographer.
That matter, we will discuss that matter at another time. It's something
It's a topic.
crazy out there. So it gets to a point I grab the videographer by the belt and I just drag him in front of the
It,
church. Everybody sees me
should
doing it, but I do
should I
it
should I
playfully and
should,
so people don't
should I
think
should I
I'm very
should I tell you something? It only happens between we silly West Africans, between Nigerians and Ghanaians. It only happens because I have met a guy from Kenya who lives very close to me here.
Mm,
We covered an event together, and we covered an event separately. This guy never blocked me. I never crossed him,
mhm.
and he came to me. He said, "Oh, this is the first time I will take a picture. I will cover a event with a Nigerian, and he's never in my shirt." I said, I'm always, when you're somewhere, I make sure I am not in your shot because it's wrong.
Exactly.
And ever since then, if he's booking a job, he will tell them I have a photographer.
Look at
If they
that.
tell him no,
Just
if they tell him, oh, I have, we already have a photographer, you tell them I'm not doing it because me and the photographer will be
simple.
fighting. He said, I would know this guy, he will not be too much for you, and he's going to do a good job. But however, it's someone I know we work hand in hand. I never seen, if not for COVID-19, I would have been busy this time around because he has booked loads of jobs, and we've signed contracts. It's just for the money to be coming in and to do the jobs. It's only we silly, I'm
You see,
sorry to
so
use the word, we silly Nigerians and Ghanaians. We are the only one that does this rubbish.
So let me
but
tell
you know
you
what
this.
you're saying is the truth. Hmm.
Sorry, let me tell you this story. So I don't really go to church. But then there's this church in Accra that I used to go sometimes on Fridays to go pray. Sometimes I pray. It's just I don't go to church. And then there was this event organized, a concert, free concert, open to the public. It had Israel Hilton on it. So anywhere I go, I take my camera. And I really, really wanted to join this church, and I really wanted to join the media guys. But then you have to join the church, you have to do that um,
A
new
whole lot.
joiners thing before you go to join the department, and you are benched for a while and all of those things. I wasn't interested in those bureaucracy. So I went to this open field event, open field, where people have their phones and they are taking videos of Israel Hilton and all. So I took out my camera and then I was shooting. Pa, 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 pa. The next thing I had a tap on my shoulder. One of the media guys came. He says, "We don't do that here." And I'm like, "What is we
Wow.
don't do that here?" Because it doesn't make sense to me. What's we don't do that here? We don't do what? We don't pray or we don't listen to music. So I continued doing my thing. Yeah, I'm sometimes very sarcastic. So later another person came and then says you can't take pictures. And I asked why. He says because it's our show. And so I was like, okay, that's all right. And then I packed my camera, I put it in my bag. Then I took out my iPhone. Then I started taking pictures. They were okay with that. So afterwards, what I did was I took my phone pictures and then I added it to my camera pictures, copied it on a pen drive, and then I went to give it to the one of the junior pastors. I copied it as a folder to him that oh, these are some of the pictures that I took from the event. The next week, I went for my normal praying, and this junior pastor says that oh, I want to introduce you to my media team. I think you should join them so that from next week you start taking pictures and all of that. We
Hmm.
got there, and that person who tapped my shoulder the first time saying that we don't do that here, that's the head of the media team. So right in front of
Hey,
the
you are
pastor,
dead.
I told the pastor that no, I'm not joining them because they don't know how to communicate. They might be good with their work,
Yeah.
but they don't know how to communicate. First, you need to ask the person, oh, what are you doing here? In what capacity are you there? It's the same way you go to an event, you go meet someone taking pictures. But remember, you never ask the bride and groom if they hired another person.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So first ask the person, oh, are you an official photographer for this event? If they say no, then you go on to lay down the facts for them that you are the official photographer and then you have some exclusive right to some pictures.
Sure.
So one, they shouldn't be in your space. Things like that. If they say yes, then it means you go to the bride and groom and then you ask if you took them as a second shooter or you took them as the main and you are the second. So you know your limitation in scope.
Yeah.
There's an event I went to shoot, a wedding. It's always interesting. I got to the wedding ground. I thought I was the main guy, the Cristiano Ronaldo of the show. I got there with my gear and my assistant. We were going to kill it. When I got there, in 15 minutes time, a park shows up.
Hey, your godfather.
I'm telling you, my godfather shows up. Oh. He's also coming to shoot that event.
Wow.
7 minutes time, Yao Paris shows up.
Wow.
Hey, what a squad.
Now here I am with my 6D. Then I was using 5D Mark III. I was holding my 5D Mark III with my 2470 and 70-200. Those are the two lenses I play with.
Yeah.
And these
Right.
are
Right.
people coming with 1D, X Mark 2 and all of those things. We are all friends. But then the bride and groom did not tell anyone that they had hired another person.
Mm-hmm.
So what we did was we all sat down, one big round table, and we shared the lenses amongst ourselves. I ended up using 1635, 16 to 35 and 20 millimeter 1.4 and 2.8.
Okay.
Somebody was using 50 and 85, somebody was using 70 to 200 and 135. We shot with those lenses differently. Afterwards, we sat down, we put everything in one folder and then we gave it to the client.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Because they only spoke to us about how much we want to charge, not how many pictures we want to give. And then afterwards, we
Mm-hmm.
explained it to them that most of the shots, people were in their frame, the other photographers were in our frame. Because we didn't want to do a lot of job. I shot like
Yeah.
2 hours and I relaxed. The whole thing is if you respect each other, you would respect who owns the images and all of those things. I don't care about wedding pictures. Let me be very honest. Keeping a wedding picture in my portfolio is just to win another job. It's not something I should be sitting down and be proud of or print it and put it in my room, a bride and a groom on my wall. I don't care about it. But then, will I do something that will tarnish my business? No. Clearly, I wouldn't. Will somebody steal my picture and then I'll be okay with it? No. I will mess you up big time. And I really like what Sharon did by blacklisting the guy. I think I'll learn that going forward. You need to start being firm. Ghananie, someone cannot come to your studio, say, I want to learn, or come visit you, and then you are having a shoot in your studio, and then they take out their camera or their SD card and say that, oh, let me take one picture or two.
No.
No, it's disrespectful and it's unfair. So for me, I will always do that. If I have shoots in my studio and someone wants to come visit me, I tell the person, no, I'm busy, I'm shooting.
Exactly. I
Because
do
I
that.
can't control it.
Perfectly what I do.
It's either I'll be rude in front of my client, which I don't want to do, or I keep you away and prevent that kind of trouble. Because you invite people to even decor shoot. Ghananie, I've invited people to decor shoot, and they take out their camera and start taking pictures. I'm like, no, this is my job. Let me just do my job and go home. So it's really tough. I'm sorry. This
What,
topic, yeah.
Catalyst? What about
It's very emotional.
the vendors? What about the vendors? The first and last music concert I did, I took a picture and this vendor said, "Oh, please, the pictures you took people with my fruit salad, blah, can I have them?" I said, um, "No, you can't have them." He said, "No, no, 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 no. I am the sister to." I said, "I'm not interested, madam. Speak to the speak to the host. I will send the pictures to
Simple.
her. You speak to her and get it from her." That's
She,
what I said. Speak to, and she said, "Oh, you're rude." And she said, "Oh, you're rude. Oh, you're very rude. See the way you spoke." I said, "I'm very sorry, madam. I am just factual. I have never. You didn't book me for this job. Someone else booked me for that job. So if you want the image, go to that. If you want the images, go to that person and you get it. However, if you still want to get it from me, you will pay." So that because I
Simple.
said you will pay makes me rude. I said if because I said you will pay makes me rude, then that's fine.
this vendor issue, I once almost lost my biggest client in Ghana because of a vendor. So this vendor calls me for a job, last minute job, an engagement. She called me the night before the engagement because the photographer messed her up. I said, okay, I'm all in. I get to the event place. I shoot the engagement perfectly. And then this vendor is like, whilst they were parking, he was like, oh, take some pictures of me. And then, yeah, of course, I take these pictures. The next day, this vendor calls me and says, the pictures you took of me, I want them because I want to use them as my birthday picture.
Wow.
And I'm like, no, I took the pictures of you because, we were all goofing around and then I took some pictures. But I have not delivered the client's work, which I was called and paid for. So there is no way I'm going to send you the pictures. This event organizer went into our event professional group and then went to tell my biggest client that I don't deliver on time.
Wow.
And
Wow.
guess
That's
what?
like that's on some low level.
So
What
I was there. The following week, I didn't get a call from my biggest client. I was worried because that client can give me like 4 to 5 decors one weekend. And then I called. I was like, what's happening? And like, oh, this person called me that you, you messed her up and then you didn't deliver on time. I said, who? Mention the person's name. And then I said, it's not true. First and foremost, I promised the client 1 week because the client was traveling overseas. I provided the pictures to the client in 4 days instead of 7 days. And the client is gone. I can give you the client details. What this person is complaining about is picture of herself that I refused to give her because that was not the purpose of me taking the picture. So, oh, really? Then this person did not explain. So I told her to hold on, and then I called the person, and then I put it on conference. And she had to come out and apologize and say, oh, she didn't know that the my client was going to take it that way. Blah blah blah
look
blah.
at that.
No. So sometimes these things, and there's been a time where I went to shoot an event. After shooting this event, we closed the whole project. It was a whole month's project. Afterwards, on the last day, it was a big show. So on the last day, I was covering BTS. On the last day, this client said, oh, they forgot to hire a video guy for the main event. So I should try and cover something for the main event. And then I said, I wasn't hired for that. I was hired for BTS. So the gears that I came with are just for behind the scenes. And for behind the scenes, if it's a short video, it's just a matter of having one lens, 2470 or something,
Yeah.
or a wide lens, getting your BTS, and that's it. So he said, oh, don't worry, please do something for us. I said, okay. And then I shot this event. After shooting this event, I gave her my BTS as I usually do. I got my payment from the client. I was there when the client called me and said that I have not honored my commitment. I said, no, I've honored my commitment. You paid
Wow.
me for BTS. I'm done. I am waiting for you to come to me so we discuss about the main video. He said, what do I mean? That the payment, the job I did that day was for everything, including the BTS, the main event. I'm like, no, you are kidding. I have a contract which talks about BTS. I don't have a contract that talks about this. Not knowing this event lady collected money for the main event video and she spent the money and is trying to corner me
Wow.
to do the video for the client. It became a big tussle, and this event planner went to give other people bad name about me, another photographer. And this is where another ethics and professionalism comes in. If a vendor comes to you, tells you something about another photographer, call that photographer and ask, verify. This guy did not do that. He went around spreading the gospel about me because yeah, he has gotten a vendor who is paying him well. Because I used to charge the vendor very well. So now he's getting the big money. He was like, oh, Catalyst. Catalyst, I heard he's this, he's that, he's that. So one day in a group, we had a confrontation and then I freed my mind to that person. And then he also said his peace of mind, mentioning the vendor's name and what the vendor said and everything in the group. I said, okay, I give you less than 1 month. You will come back to me apologizing that whatever they told you wasn't true and that the same thing has been done to you. In less than 2 weeks, this guy calls me, says that, hey, this woman, this. I was like, this is your lesson. What the woman does is that after she's worked with you for a while, she realizes that your rate is going up now. She can't afford it. So she'll go to someone who is starting, a rising star, and then tell the person, no, I used to work with this person, but because of this and that and that and that, I stopped working with him. So now I want to work with you. And then once you also start rising and you start realizing that photography is not about 200 CDs, 500 CDs, then she'll change your narrative and get another person.
That's a, that's a nice strategy.
Yeah, I know we are moving a little bit. It's unfortunate, but let me just bring it back to the topic of who owns the picture.
Yeah, so this is one thing I've tried that we incorporate into our discussion, so that people don't get swayed away that these people are just talking. You know, that's why I always bring out our experiences. Let's tell them what we have been through, so that when we try telling them what we think has helped us, they will not say these people are just speaking from videos they watch on YouTube, or they read books, or they are just saying it. They can't even relate to them. That's why we bring these stories, so you know that what we can relate, and then you can also relate to. Some of you haven't gone through these things yet, but later when you do, then you understand, why we are talking some ways. You get it? I've been hired a couple of times to shoot weddings for other photographers, and you will never see me post those pictures because I know I don't want the same thing done to me. You've been hired, go and shoot. So is having her birthday party. Go and shoot it and bring me the pictures, the raw pictures. Then you went there, you met your ex-girlfriend who dressed so nicely. You take pictures of her and you don't add those pictures to the pictures you are sending to the photographer. You keep them, retouch them within 24 hours, send them to your ex to post. And now the main photo, the one who hired you to do the job, that person's client says, this girl was at my birthday. How come I haven't received my picture? But she has hers nicely done, and they've been posted with somebody's watermark on them. What happened? Did you sell the party to somebody else? All these things happen all the time. Just as some of you might not have gone through them yet, but they will happen. Yes.
So, let me answer 2020. Hello.
It's 29.
Uh is it 20? Oh, sorry, 29. Photo studio.
Yes.
He said,
Yes.
if photographers and photographers should have agreement together. Yes, you have some individuals now. You have an agreement with them. You go for the job. They will ignore that agreement and do whatever they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we've said.
That's
I
true.
think you came in late, so you didn't hear us talk about that bit. You have an agreement with them. You've told them what to do. They've agreed, but they have their own agenda, like taking pictures and printing and selling in the same event. And
That's
you
like
cannot,
bad, man.
and you can't. I was highly humiliated that day because the guest had to, the bride had to come to me. I'm like, "Wow, do you want to, the words she used? Sorry, I'm a Nigerian, but Nigerian women, the way they talk at times, if you are not strong, you will jump into the river."
So now you understand Joey when Joey was complaining bitterly
Yeah.
about Nigerian weddings.
So the bride came to me like, "Oh, do you want to spoil my day?" I'm like, "Why are you selling pictures?" I said, "I'm not selling pictures." "Oh, look at this, look at this." I just said, "Wow." I said, "I'm so sorry." And I went straight because I knew what I understood what happened. I just went straight to him. I spoke with him. In fact, I was polite. I spoke with him. I was extremely. I took my flash. I took my drive. I took my drive. No, I took my drive from the camera itself, and I told them I'm giving them 40 minutes to move their equipment, or
40
else
minutes
I
was
will
too much.
wait 40 minutes to move their equipment, or I will smash it. Or I will smash it because they've almost destroyed my job. I shot the event on my own, despite the fact that we've had an agreement. You are just coming to learn with me, but you took an advantage of my goodwill to start shoot printing. Do you understand? To start
Yeah.
shoot printing an event. An event that I have a contract with the same person that we will not do such a thing. And that was why I was employed, because they know I don't do that crap. And what they know I don't do, that's what you now came to do. So irrespective of it is person, some people, you even companies, you sign contracts with them, or because they want to beat you to the game, they will breach the contract intentionally because they want to give you a bad, maybe probably, like Catalyst now. Okay, Catalyst, he doesn't choose his words carefully. Okay, you know what, I will do this so that it will mess up. I will start getting the job.
Yeah.
That's what they will do. Oh, Michael is
It's
too
true.
calm. He's too calm. He won't say anything. He's too gentle. He's a bush boy.
Yeah, it's true.
So they will do that. So that's so you don't give room. Just be playing. Just be playing. Do your thing, and it's an experience. Like that person can never work in North London again. Can never take a
Because he's
photo
been
job in.
blacklisted.
He's been blacklisted. He's been
Yeah, so I have
blacklisted.
Mr. Shorts here. I did a collabo with him. He was the one I was talking about the other time. That
Yeah.
prior to the shoot, we hadn't agreed on anything. But once we were done with the shoot, we were able to distribute the images. It was as if we had it written on paper. We planned everything, that these are the images you get, these are the. Meanwhile, we didn't even discuss that. So that should tell you that the ethic comes from within. It's not something you are taught. It's part of your upbringing. This, you go to somebody's studio, you see an SD card lying down. This card is not yours. You just pocket it. You get it?
That's theft.
These are
That's
things
theft.
nobody teaches
That's
you. They are part of you. They are part of you.
that's a
You get it?
criminal. That's a criminal thing. That person can
You
be
get it?
jailed for that. That's a theft.
Exactly. But these things happen all that. It's the same way you steal somebody's image. You come to my studio, let's say my desktop is always there unattended to. And because I take lovely pictures, you just insert your pen drive in, copy some pictures quickly, and then you go work on them, put your logo on and post, thinking, oh, this guy will never see it. He will
Why won't
he
you
will
see it?
never see it. Or
It's on
you get
social
it.
media.
These are things that happen. They happen all the time. So, guys, it's about your ethics. It's about your ethics. Learn these things. These are things that nobody should tell you. I'm shooting. You see me shooting a wedding exclusive. I say, come hold light for me. The next moment, you take out your phone and you're taking snapshots and posting on your snap. I mean, you don't do that. It's not done.
If
I call
it's
you,
snapshot
come.
of yourself, if this snapshot of that person, that's fine. But now covering, using your phone to cover the event also. Come on.
Mm-hmm. And
That's
most
the
of
lowest
them do
level.
that just to send a message to other people that I'm on a gig, like I'm working all the time. Meanwhile, you and I had that agreement that you're just coming to learn what I'm doing. Okay, so now let's see. Eben has some things to say. So, but bro, that is not your job to do. There should be a contact person there to be doing that, because in my agreement, for instance, I asked to be provided to deal with. Eben, I'm not sure we got that, but let me see. Until we all photographers start to let our clients start respecting our job, they will always have their way and ride on us. These attitudes are not done. Yes, Eben, that is true. Their attitude, it is human attitude. Some things, especially photographers and videographers. The videographer, instead of using, it's a church, the vows are being taken. Pastor doesn't want anybody to stand in front of the guests and all that, the congregants. Now, it's just common sense that you use a long lens, 70 to 200. So you stand from somewhere and then zoom in. No, these videographers will not do it. They will use a 50 or 18 to 55 and then just be crossing. You, the photographer, have used your brains and you're saying, I don't want to cross anybody whilst they are wearing the ring. I don't want to be in view of the congregation. So I'll use a 70 to 200. So I'll just stand somewhere and zoom into the fingers and take pictures. But the videographer is using a 20 mm. So he has all the sense in the world. So he will just go in front there and then, be moving about and all that. And sometimes I just go mad, and I said it, sometimes I grab them by their their waist, and then pull them. You see, so these things are just things that we should all consider when you're working. Consider others. How will you feel if, and people who do this are the first people to react when it's done to them. Catalyst, am I wrong?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
That is very,
Those
very
who do these things, they are the first people who react. They will come and complain to you first that you crossed me, and I'm like, but you were crossing me. I never complained. I just did this for you to see how it feels like. So how it feels. Next time you don't do it. You get it. So these things we are talking about, they are things that happen. They happen all the time. You might not have experienced them, but very soon they will come. Okay, so Eben said, but bro, it's not your job. There should be a contact person there to be doing that, because in my agreement, I always provided a contact person to do. As in a contact person to be. I don't
Yeah,
get the exact
he's talking about something else.
Yeah, I don't get the
He's talking
exact,
about
because
something.
okay, in the first place, let's say when I've shot a couple of weddings, and then probably somebody comes and says, "What? I'm the groom's cousin, and I'm a photographer also, so I'm shooting." I said, "No problem." There was one point. See, it was left with just 1 microsecond. I was going to put my camera aside and Charlie beat somebody's son up because of that behavior.
Wow.
Because I notified 3 times, boss, you're crossing me. When he's here, I move here. I don't cross him in any way, but he kept crossing me. So I went to tell the bride, this is what's happening. Who is that guy? They said, oh, is the groom's cousin or something. I said, please tell him that he's crossing me. Otherwise, all your images will be full of him in them. They said, okay. 3 times I spoke with the bride about that same situation. I got fed up. I was doing exclusives. I had gone to arrange the bride and the groom. By the time I got back to pick my camera, this guy was lying at my position, taking the shots. I was like, guy, why? What is it? Allow me to finish my job and come and do yours. Simple as that. If you were good enough, your brother wouldn't have come to harm me. So today it's my sport. Allow me, when we are done, when you go home, they can dress up again, do the makeup, and Charlie, you can play with them and all that. But today, I'm here to deliver. If I don't deliver well, it won't be your ass. It will be my ass on the chopping board. And people had to come in because they saw how furious I had gotten at that, and they noticed it. So they came in, pulled him away, and since then, I had my time to do my job and all that. So these things happen. Catalyst, you want to add something?
Yeah, Michael, this is what I would say. If you are going for a shoot and somebody wants to help, it doesn't even matter if the person is your twin brother. I think going forward, until people get to really understand how serious you are about these things, send them a message. Tell them this shoot we are going to have, I don't want any social media coverage. No, so Instagram stories, no WhatsApp.
uh,
State it there and tell them that if you do that, I will fine you this amount. And tell them they should respond to the message. I'm sorry, it's harsh, it's difficult, but do it to about 10 people. And afterwards, you wouldn't need to even send someone a message because
Yeah.
only those who are willing to go with that will come to you.
Mm.
People sometimes say I'm difficult and all of that, but I still have a lot of people around me. I have Michael around me, I have Echo, I have all these lovely people around me. It's because at the end of the day, we are all on common ground on what we understand as discipline. If you don't
so
start curbing the weeds, you will lose your farm. It's
True.
as simple as that.
hang on, Catalyst. Michael, you see, something came to my mind. If we put ourselves, this is not about
Mm.
ethics, it's about personality. Oh, I kind of, I've been reviewing what we've been saying. It's not about ethics, it's not about contract, it is about the personality of the person. A photographer friend of mine in London, he does something. If you cover an event with him and you post it online, he's not going to tell you not to post it, but he will flag it down, which I have been begging him to stop doing that. He will flag it down and he will send a message to Google. He would detail the image, detail everything that he will convince Google to the extent that they will they will take down the image or they'll close down your Instagram page.
Oh wow. That's
He
like
does,
extreme.
and he's an IT person also, and he's like he said, he has been a contractor for Google in Ireland, so he knows what to do. All he does is he just pick up his you pick up you will tell them the location the image was taken. The image is owned by him. The person is an imposter. Blah blah blah. You give them all the evidence they need, so they
Mm.
won't even. That's why you hear some people that have built their page for years. One day they lost it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's some of the things. That's one of the things they just lost it because Instagram will just send them. I mean Google, Facebook will just send them a message. Facebook will just send them a message and they go through it. Before you know it, they take it down. Or what about you give somebody a picture to train to do a rehearsal with, and the next thing they're doing a YouTube video with your picture editing live. Somebody did it to this guy. Somebody did it to this guy. He he sent a message to Google. They brought down the page. And this person has built the YouTube page for years. I've been
Yes, yes.
vlogging for. They brought it down.
You see? So this same thing, when during the lockdown, I
Yeah,
was teaching retouching. So there were times I used Joey's image. There were times
yeah,
I used other. You see, I always asked them, there were images going around like, I've sent a link to my images. You can use them you can retouch them for
yeah, yeah,
practice and
yeah,
all that.
yeah.
Even though they send those, I'm like, okay, I'm a content creator. I know how serious YouTube takes copyright. So I
Sure,
send them messages that, guy, can I use your image for a tutorial on YouTube? They're like, oh, feel free, go ahead.
sure.
You get it? So
Because you
somebody
see,
will be
you
like,
got the
why
content.
don't you just go ahead? They posted it that use them for practice. Why don't you
No,
just go? I'm like, no. You need to let them know what you want to use the image for. If they say, okay, there is no harm in asking for permission. If they say no, you don't use it. But most of the time they will say yes. But because you think, oh,
sure.
you're wiser than them, so you can just
Yeah.
go ahead and use it without permission. That
Exactly,
is very bad.
Michael.
Catalyst, you've been quiet
Yeah,
for some time.
this reminds me of something. You know, in most of the social media terms and conditions. Sorry, there's a little bit of noise around.
Yeah, your headset, we understand.
No, some people are having a barbecue.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wish I could join.
Now, you know the terms and conditions on most social media platforms, which says
Mm.
that somebody can use your image without prior uh,
Notice and all that.
notice and all that. People tend to get it wrong. They can use your picture for personal, non-commercial use. Now, let's say you have a YouTube channel where you feel there might be some revenue coming out of it at some point.
Mm-hmm.
That intends to be a commercial purpose thing. You understand? You using something which is made available to the public doesn't mean that you can use it for commercial use. That's why people still pick images from Instagram, from Facebook, all those places, and use it for commercial purpose, like designing an app and all of that, and they can be sued for it. There's
Mm-hmm.
the difference between commercial purpose and not. And it's the same for other photographers as well. If I go to a shoot with you and then you take my picture, edit it, put it on Instagram, that is an offense in the sense that you are using it for commercial purpose. Commercial purpose in the sense that this image you posted can bring in revenue to you
Mm-hmm.
by someone
Mm-hmm.
seeing it and then also doing what? Giving you gigs.
Booking you for that, yeah.
Exactly. So that's commercial use. That's what people don't get. I mean, in Ghana, West Africa, we find it cool that, oh, it's my brother, it's my sister, let me just let it go. But out here, go pick someone's picture, edit it, put it on social media, your business page on Instagram, and you can be sued. You can be sued. The fact that Instagram says that once you put a picture there, it's available to the public, it doesn't mean it's available for commercial use. That's one thing that
Exactly.
you always keep forgetting. I've seen YouTube guys being okay with the fact that they pick my picture and put it out there. If you are not my friend and you don't have that permission, you can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
I saw about two of them. I was like, oh, it's all right. Let me just let it go. Someone like me and AJ, they are my homies. They can use my picture whenever they want to. But even them, they ask permission. They tell me, oh, we want to,
Exactly.
out of respect. If Ghananie decides that, okay, fine, I'm not going to respect Catalyst. I'm tired of respecting him. Let me pick his picture and then use it. Maybe I might tell him and say, oh, Ghananie, you don't worry. You don't respect me, but it's fine. You are my friend. But then someone I don't know pick my image. Hey, come on. We are going to be real. Any revenue you
Yeah.
got from the day you posted a picture. That's why most people think they have pictures on their pages and no one has spoken about it, so it's cool. This is the funny thing about the legal battle. When a legal person wants to hit you, they wait. So if I see you post my picture in January, I'll wait. I'll wait until somewhere around September. Then I hit you with a legal suit. The reason being that the court will calculate the revenue you gained from the day you posted my picture to the day I sued you, and you pay me all
Mm.
that revenue because you use my picture as a marketing tool to get that revenue. That's the funny thing. If you think you have a picture on your page which is not your picture and no one has said anything about it, please take it down. This is
Well, if
the
if you are
advice.
not already late, the person might have taken screenshots.
No, no, it's fine. Take it down. You take it down. It's a form of apology to the person. Because I'm being
Mm.
real with you. People know these things. That let him use that image. Let it be there. Once he gets revenue, I'll hit him hard. It's happened. These things happen in Hollywood and we smile like, oh, as for us, yeah, it can't happen to us. People have been waiting for
Mm.
years. They are waiting for a certain actor to make it to the big screen, make money. Their net worth is now, let's say, $500 million. Now I'm going to hit them with a lawsuit from 20 years ago because now I can get more money.
10%.
Yeah, you understand? Some of these things we take it lightly because, oh, it's Africa. It's your brother, let it go. It's your sister, let it go. No, 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 no. Stop stealing. You're a thief. You took someone's picture. It's not yours. You're a thief. There's no other word to it. You're a thief. I, I don't know.
Okay, so guys, you've heard it from Catalyst.
Call me
Catalyst says
emotional.
if you
Call
do
me
that,
whatever you want to
you're a
call. You're a
thief.
thief. I'm sorry, Ghananie,
Because
but
there's this other part where I put out rules that okay, you can take these pictures, use them for practice, and then people retouch them, put their logos on them, and post on their page. Most of them even have the audacity to not even reference the photographer. They post it with the inscription that denotes that this was my own picture. Me, I cut them. Me, I edit them. Me, I post them. That kind of mentality. All that is wrong. That's why these days you find it difficult giving out raw pictures because people will try claiming ownership. See, and then some also are so unethical that they, because it's somebody else's picture, they will butcher it anyhow they want and then put it out there and then mention your name and all that. And people who are not familiar with your work will look at it and be like, this photographer really didn't do well. Meanwhile, the raws were so nice, but the retoucher did some silly thing and decided to add you to that dirt. You see, so if you are a photographer and you realize that people are not sending in, especially the upcoming ones, you are not getting access to people's raw files to edit, that should tell you something, that there is something that you or your colleagues are not doing well. I really wish Seboni was here tonight so that he could, talk for his people, his underground people, and relay this message to them that, Charlie, your personality really matters. If every time you're one person, you've been roaming, asking all these photographers that you want them to mentor you, and nobody has taken you in, that should tell you something, that it's your personality. It's not that people don't want to mentor you or people don't want to, help you. It's your personality. You get it? The way, oh, I see myself. Is that your 4K screen? You're muted, so we can't hear you, Seun. So you see, it's your personality. So start doing the right thing. You get it? Learn to ask. You won't die if you ask. Whether you believe in the Bible or not, it still says that ask and it shall be given. Me, if you come and ask me for something, the fact that you've even asked is already an obligation to me to give in to you. You get it? So just ask. You asking alone mellows somebody. It makes the person feel so big. Charlie, this person, I've shot a couple of weddings. Somebody comes in, back then when I had low gear, one old man, like old, but he was strong. He came with 70 to 200 Mark IV. And then I was using this 610 with 85 and 50 mm. And this guy, he came, he was like, he asked me, can I take some pictures? I was like, who was I to say no? The way he even asked me, if I had said no, see, God would have even cursed me, But this person, we'll be ending soon. In the next 5 minutes, we'll round up. But then you see, it's all about asking. My guys, learn to ask. Ask politely. You won't die if you ask for something. Seun, your closing remarks.
All I'll say is let our personality speaks volume for us. Let our personality, let our attitude, let it win more revenues. Because I want to go into spirit by saying let it win more souls into us. Let us walk with pureness, with one heart, with one love. You understand? Be plain. There is nothing wrong in being faithful, being plain. Say it the way it should be. Do what is meant to be done. No caricature. Thank you.
All right. That's it from Seun, our brother from Enfield.
Hang on,
Okay,
hang on.
Catalyst.
Catalyst. Wait. Michael, wait.
Let's.
Catalyst. Mention my name. Michael, listen to
Okay,
Catalyst.
okay.
It's shown.
Simple.
But wait, you said I could either be Seun or Sheun. You
No,
told me I could use any of them.
he's still pronouncing it better than you. Catalyst, give us your closing remark. Ignore him. Give us your closing
You
remark.
can't pronounce shown. Oh goodness. All right, so this is what I'll say to everyone. One thing we should know is the legal part of it says that yes, it's whoever is the author of the artwork, they are the owners of the artwork. So yes, so someone puts their SD card in your camera and then you take a picture for them whatsoever, you feel it belongs to you. But then there is an ethical line which says that you respect those who have given you the chance to succeed. If someone has called you to an event to cover with them, to help them, and it's not clearly stated that you have ownership to these files, please, out of respect and out of good referral for future jobs, do not claim ownership. If you want to post, ask the person. However, I'll encourage you not to post events that are not signed to you. Please, let's do these simple things. Be ethical, be professional, be confidential with the people who are ready to help you succeed. Remember, making money is all about making profit in business. It's not the other way around. What I can say is, Michael, please pronounce Sheung and then we'll close. Thank you.
Sheun.
Hmm. Oh, you tried. You
Is it
tried.
better now? Sheun.
Yeah, you tried.
Yeah, Eben, I get your number, so I'll WhatsApp you. Yeah, I don't know if YouTube will allow me type numbers here, but Eben, I have your number, so I'll WhatsApp you. Or my number is on my Instagram. It's the same number I use for my Instagram. So if you need to get in touch with me, if it's urgent, you can pick my number. Okay, Eben, I've seen your WhatsApp. So yes, I will reply as soon as I get done. Yeah. So
And
guys,
my
thank you
phone
very
is
much.
full now, right?
I see your phone. I see your 11 Pro. Sean owes me an 11 Pro, 512 gig, any color. So yeah, after COVID-19, he
Catalyst.
will get it. He will
You
get
know,
it to me. So
um,
yeah, Sean, you are not
Michael,
permitted to talk. You are not
Michael,
permitted to talk. You've given your closing remark.
I believe it was not water you were drinking. You are drinking Akpatesh. That's why you're seeing stars now.
No, see, it's water. It's water. Look,
I don't believe
Continue.
these cups can contain water.
Don't
It,
mind
it,
him.
because it's red cap. Yes,
no,
my
it is
disposable. No, my
it is
disposable in
judged,
the
it is
studio
judged
is
by
red.
students.
Ask every. No, ask those who have
26 water
been coming to my
in
studio. This
2021.
is okay, guys. So thank you very much for
Have a
being
good
part
night.
of this, as usual. Thank you for making it a successful discussion. Tomorrow, I'm looking at Catalyst. I want us to, because people kept asking about the contracts and model releases. The last time we just brushed on it. So I want us to go into detail. And, this has to do with legal stuff, contracts.
Yeah.
You get it? And then the contract model release is the same, just like a contract, but with a model. Then we have contract, like photography with clients. You're going to shoot an event, the kind of contract you should have with your client. You're going to do a studio shoot, the kind of contract you should have. If it's a wedding, corporate, these basic things for them to understand. So tomorrow, that's what we'll be talking about, contracts and model releases. So we can share some samples with them and all that. So tomorrow, that's what we'll be doing. Mr.
Okay.
Enfield.
Let me continue. I had to wait. I waited for 2 hours. So I'll continue now.
Yes, I
I'm
also
retouching.
have it, but unfortunately, after 9 p.m., I don't retouch. So I might just play some FIFA 2020, kind courtesy catalyst.
I'm about to round up this. I'm about to round up this and
Uh,
send it to the client. That's all.
Wow.
awesome, awesome. Make the money, brother. Make the money.
Michael, were
Catalyst,
you
are you
able
going to
to
join
download?
the barbecue?
No, no, no. I'm going to shoot my kids. I have some black and white pictures I want to put in their room, so
Okay.
that's what I
Oh,
want to
okay.
do now. Did you get the?
Okay.
Were you able to download the FIFA
Yes, I sent you
2020?
a message on WhatsApp, but I think you've not reached. I sent you a message on WhatsApp this
I think
afternoon
I'll
also,
give
but you've
you
not
this
received
number,
it.
Ghananie. I'll give you this number so that you can
Okay,
send.
so
Yeah.
since you have my number, just
Yes. I'll
WhatsApp me on
WhatsApp
it.
you. Yeah. Sure.
Okay, okay, all right, all right. So, guys, thank you very much for being part of this. Tomorrow we'll be back again. Tell somebody and tell somebody and somebody to, this is what we've been doing. So, join us every evening, 8 p.m., and let's learn. If you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and subscribe. And Catalyst has a channel also. So, give him pressure. Subscribe now so that when he gets, let's say, 100 and above subscribers, he'll be forced to start putting out content there. So
My
force
God.
him to start producing content. You get it? Yes. If you haven't liked this video, go ahead and like it. If it's your first time here, welcome, and do come by every day, 8 p.m. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't get to miss any of our sessions. And good night, everybody.
Bye.